Hello everyone, my name is Sarafi and I'm happy to meet you all. And the patch has just finished maintenancing, so I'm going to try and go into it. I stayed up all night for this because there aren't any leaks anymore, so, we'll see if we can get a report in for you guys. I have no idea whether there's going to be information about the new box or not, so I'll post this either way. This is completely blind. Will they let me in yet? Ooh, does she use an insect deck? 25. Right. Forbidden and skill limit list. This is the skill changes that they were talking about before. Those are live now. Okay. Deck build Buster Assault. Okay, so there's not there's no notification of the box yet. Return of the Rare Hunters Merrick. Excuse me. The Battle of the Millennium begins now. That's cool. That's a really cool looking Ring Dragon of Ra, actually. Okay, but is there not anything about a new box? Selection box, volume 3, the deck build box. And then... oh, here we go. Advanced notice, new box. Okay, here we go. New box, Millennium Duel. Perfect. All right, let's take a look. So, oh no. Okay, Nightmare Apprentice is a UR. All right, so we have Egyptian God Slime. Egyptian God Slime is a level 1 Aqua monster plus 1 level 10 Water monster. Must either first be fusion summoned or special summoned from your next deck by attributing 1 level 10 Aqua monster with 0 attack points. This card can be treated as 1 or 3 tributes for the tribute summon of a monster. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Your opponent's monsters cannot target for attacks, and your opponent cannot target with card effects any monsters you control except Egyptian God Slime. So you summon this card, and then you can use it as the full material for the tribute summon of an Egyptian God monster, whether that's the Winged Dragon of Ra, Slifer the Sky Dragon, or Obelisk the Tormentor. Absolutely fantastic card. Does it deserve to be a UR? Well, I guess it's going to be Merrick's Ace Monsters, so I guess that's why it's there. Nightmare Apprentice. Nightmare Apprentice, you can special summon this card from your hand by discarding 1 card. You can only special summon Nightmare Apprentice once per turn this way. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 illusion monster from your deck to your hand except Nightmare Apprentice. You can only use this effect once per turn. So I guess Nightmare Apprentice is the UR and Nightmare Magician is the SR, which is very sad, but okay, fair enough. That makes the deck pretty expensive, but we will need 3 of this, so I guess we're going to go through the box 3 times. Aluber, the Jester of Despia, get owned branded players. I saw so much coping in the Guild of Gurus Discord where they were saying, please make Quaratus the UR and Aluber the SR. No, of course, Aluber searches a card. Aluber, the Jester of Despia, if this card is no more special summon, you can add 1 branded spell or trap from your deck to your hand. If a face-up fusion monster control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, special summon this card. If you do negate the targeted monster's effects until the end of the turn, you can only use 1 Aluber effect per turn, only once that turn. Fantastic card, 3 of in Despia. Get wrecked. Alright. Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Inferno is a very exciting card. Level 7 Fire Dragon Monster. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can banish a total of 2 Fire and or Dragon Monsters from your hand and or graveyard except this card. Special summon this card. So if this card is in your hand or your graveyard, you banish 2 Fire monsters from anywhere, and then you special summon it. During your opponent's end phase, if this card was special summoned, return it to the hand. That's kind of an awkward part about Dragon Rulers. They were very easy to summon, but they would always go back. You can discard this card 1 fire monster to the graveyard, then target 1 card on the field and destroy it. If this card is banished, you can add one Fire Dragon from your deck to your hand. You can only use one Blaster or Dragon Ruler effect per turn, and once that turn. So you can discard this card from your... you can discard this card and one fire monster to pop a card. But you can't special summon at the same turn because that's a different effect, and you can only use one effect. Okay. Alright, well, fair enough. Ancient Chant, add one the Winged Dragon of Ra from your deck or graveyard to your hand. If you do, you can tribute summon one monster during your main phase in addition to your normal summoner set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard. If you tribute the Winged Dragon of Ra this turn, its original attack and defense become the combined original attack and defense of the monsters tributed for its summon. You can only activate one Ancient Chant per turn. We should have gotten Ancient Chant ages ago. This should have been when we got the Suship box with all the other Ra cards. Fantastic card that allows you to actually play Ra the way it's supposed to be played. In the anime, Ra always had this effect where it would gain the attack points of the monsters used as material. So cool. Now we have the effect. Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts, is an SR. I mean, it was mostly going to be a one-of. I suppose, you know, some decks might run it too. So I guess it's kind of nice that it's an SR, but this is rough. Level 6 Wind Beast monster, one beast and one fiend. This card's name becomes Chimera, the flying mythical beast, while on the field or in the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is Fusion Summon, you can activate this effect. Send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard during the end phase of this turn. And during your opponent's turn, as a quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard, target one of your beast, fiend, or illusion monsters in your graveyard, and special summon it. So this card will allow you to revive your Nightmare Magician if it gets destroyed, or it will allow you to bring back one of your other illusion monsters that could be very useful to you. And it also acts as a way to activate your negates from your cards like Mirror Sword Knight and Cornfield Coatl. So good card. A Despian Quaratus, a fusion of a Despian monster plus one light or dark monster. During the main phase, as a quick effect, you can change the attack of all monsters currently on the field to 0 until the end of the turn, except level 8 or higher fusion monsters. If this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can add to your hand or special summon one Fallen of Abaz or one Despian monster from your deck. You can only use each effect of Despian Quaratus once per turn. Making all of your opponent's monsters attack points 0 is really useful, but it's only during the main phase, so you have to use this effect at some point before your opponent goes into the battle phase, meaning that your opponent can then respond to this by just using those cards as material to go into something else. Just keep that in mind. Despian Quaratus is a very good card, but it's not nearly as game-breaking as you might think when you first look at it. What the heck is this? Galaxy Eyes Cypher X-Dragon. That's a rank 10 Galaxy Eyes monster. What is this doing in this box? Once per turn, you can also exceed summon Galaxy Eyes Cypher X-Dragon by using a Cypher Dragon monster you control as material. Transfer its materials to this card. You can attach 2 materials from this card, and your opponent cannot target light monsters you control with card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can return one rank 9 or lower Dragon Xyz monster from your graveyard to the extra deck. Then you can special summon that monster from your extra deck by using this card you control as material. This is treated as an Xyz summon. So, you summon this card by like summoning Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon, and then you rank it up. Then you use its effect so that it can't be targeted. Then when your opponent passes back to you, Cypher X is no longer useful to you, so then Cypher X tags back into your Cypher that you detached in order to like pay the cost of Cypher X. It's a cool idea, of course, and then Cypher can just stake a monster and you can attack directly and win the game. What does this have to do with with Battle City? Very weird, but okay. Let's take a look at the rest of the box. Total of 90 cards. Cards to be released. Nightmare Magician is also a UR. That's rough. Nightmare Magician. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. At the end of the damage step, if this card battled an opponent's monster, you can take control of that monster. Once per turn at the start of the damage step, if another monster attacks, you can destroy one card on the field. This card is basically Elemental Hero Sunrise, if you can think of it that way. The only problem is that it's at the start of the damage step. So if you attack into a monster that you want to destroy, Nightmare Magician will destroy that monster, but then you can't declare another attack because you have destroyed the monster. When you destroy a card during the damage step ends the battle, and then you can't declare another attack. It's not a redirect effect. So just keep that in mind. The card's like not good because it can't summon itself, but The skill allows you to mill it, which means that you can revive it with Berfomet's, the Big Wing Berfomet's effect, which that effect is basically free. So, I mean, I do think that people are going to play the skill and play one copy of Nightmare Magician, but it's not going to be, like, it's going to be a part of your end board, but it's definitely not going to be the biggest part of the Chimera deck, and it certainly won't be in any deck other than Chimera. Adamantipator is also in this box. That is insane. Okay, that's a lot of decks to be in this box at the same time. We have Gods, Chimera, Despia, Adamantipator, Dragon Ruler, and Sky Striker. Okay. Adamantipator Researcher, level 2 Rock Tuner. If you control Rock Monster except Adamantipator Researcher, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can activate the top 5 cards of your deck. If you do, you can special summon one excavated level 4 or lower non-tuner Rock Monster. Also place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. You can only use each effect of Adamantipator Researcher per turn. Okay, Adamantipator is a deck that I was making in Master Duel, and I literally, like, I've only done this twice the entire time that I have been in YouTube. I was recording footage for Master Duel to put this deck out, and I literally got so disgusted with how powerful the deck was that I stopped recording. I like FTKs. I like, you know, stun and degenerate combo decks. I play Runic, and I enjoy it. And I was sitting there with my 80% win rates, and my one card, like, the one Millennium Senjinin building me a board that just, like, immediately went Appaloosa into Barone, Photon Lord, like 6 negates, and just Nibiru proof and completely unstoppable. And I just said, this is actually not fun, and I just stopped playing. Adamantipator obviously does not have that many useful cards in Duel Links. It is a deck that focuses primarily around rock monsters, but it does not rock lock itself very often. I think only the field spell rock locks you, and you don't even play the field spell. The problem is that their monsters aren't particularly good. They have 3 monsters. I think one of them is a spell negate, and that's the only one that ever sees any play. Then one of them banishes a card from your graveyard, and the last one, I think, can change a monster's battle position. That's like the fire one. Dragite is an SR. That's pretty cool. So Dragite is the spell negate. That's all the SRs. Not many SRs. Leonite lets you revive. So Leonite is a Monster Reborn. So there's a Monster Reborn, a DD Crow, and a spell and trap negate. And if that sounds like it's like fake, like it's like a fake deck, like it's not going to really help you all that much, it is. So you'll have to find other monsters that you're going to summon. And the problem is, Adamantipator is really, really good because they get so many materials on the board, but that requires generic link monsters. And Duel Links has been very, very, very careful to not give any good generic link monsters. The fact that we have IP Masquerena at all is nice. But, like, IP Masquerena into Nightmare Unicorn, I do think that Adamantipator will be the best deck at doing that, but I don't necessarily think that's going to be good enough to actually, like, work against skills. I feel like they've intentionally engineered Adamantipator to be underwhelming, so that people will not invest into it too heavily. And then when they actually release more cards later that will make Adamantipator good, that's going to result in fewer people actually having the deck. Good news is for me, though, that I'm going to go into this deck anyway, or this box anyway, because I need Nightmare Apprentice. So, cool. All right. Alpha the Master of Beasts. When did we get this card? We got this card ages ago. This card's like been waiting forever. Was this card ever in like a real box? Alpha the Master of Beasts, Selection Vox Volume 7, released January 11th, 2024. So this is a year and a half ago. Crazy. We waited a year and a half for this box. Okay. Cannot be normal summoner set. Must first be special summoned from your hand, while the total attack of all monsters you control is more than that of all other monsters you control. You target any number of beast, beast warrior, and or winged beast monsters you control, return them to the hand, then return face-up monsters your opponent controls to the hand, equal to the number of cards you return to the hand. Also, for the rest of the turn, Alpha, the master beast you control, cannot attack directly. So, so you can special summon this card multiple times. You can special summon it, then you can use its effect and bounce itself to bounce one of your opponent's monsters without targeting it. Then you special summon it again. It can't attack directly, but it can still fight, and then you can also just seize it off. It's an interesting idea, and this is an Earth monster, so I assume that's why they're releasing it now. But I don't think that there's any good rank 8s to make with this. So, I mean, rank 8s in Duel Links is basically Dingirsu, and Dingirsu is too weak at the moment. I already talked about Ancient Champ. Sky Striker, mobilize linkage. If you control no monsters in your main monster zone, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn after this card resolves, except Sky Striker Ace monsters. Also, send one other card you control to the graveyard. If you do, special summon one Sky Striker Ace monster from your deck to the extra monster zone. And if you have at least one light and one dark Sky Striker Ace monster in your field or in your graveyard, the summon monster gains 1,000 attack points. Okay, this is... how do I explain this? What linkage does is you can target any card you control, send it to the graveyard, and then you summon any one of your Sky Striker Ace monsters to your EMZ. Now, I'm pretty sure that every one of the Link 1s has a restriction that you can only summon it once per turn. Yes. Okay. You can only summon them once per turn. So you have to change between them. But you can go into Shizuku, and then you can go into Hayate, you can go into Kaina, and you can go into Kagari. It is important to note that linkage is not once per turn. And it's very easy to search cards in Sky Strikers because you can play engage multiple times. So you just engage 3 times, you draw 3 copies of linkage, and then you summon Ray and Rose, you link them off, then you attack directly, you play linkage, you tag out into another monster, you attack directly, you play linkage, you tag out, you attack directly, play linkage, tag out, attack directly, win the game. So, as long as you have both Ray and Rose in your graveyard, then the monster you summon has 2,500 attack points, which is good enough, usually. A very powerful card. This is probably like the best Sky Striker card other than Engage. So the fact that it's coming now is really good. And are there any other Sky Striker cards in this box? Oh, we got Hamp. Oh. I was gonna say that Sky Striker players got screwed, but we got Hamp as an SR. Okay, you know what? Enjoy. All right, Chimera is gonna be an SR. Chimera the Illusion Beast is also an SR. That's fine. Chimera the Illusion Beast is a level 8 dark illusion monster that is a fusion of Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast plus 1 or more illusion monsters. Its name becomes Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast while on the field or in the graveyard. This card can attack monsters a number of times each battle phase up to the number of materials used for it. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. And at the end of the damage step, if this card battled an opponent's monster, you can change that monster's attack points to 0 and negate its effects forever. Okay, so here's the problem with illusions that you're going to run into, is that illusions, since they can't destroy monsters in battle, their big boss monster is pretty powerful, but he is completely defeated by defense position. If your opponent puts a monster in defense position, you can attack 8 times, negate all of your opponent's monster effects, and they can all have 0 attack points, but then you have to pass, because you can't destroy anything. So just keep that in mind when you're playing Chimera. It's going to be pretty rough. Chimera the Illusion Beast is definitely going to be a one-of, just because you need to win the game at some point. Not going to be a super exciting card, but I mean, if you crash into Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon and you take 1,400 damage, and you make its attack points 0, and then you beat over it twice and kill your opponent, that's pretty cool. Dramaturge is an SR, that's great. Dramaturge is a 3,000 attack Dark Fairy with level 8s. If a Fusion, Synchro, Exceeds, or Link monster is special summoned, you can target one effect monster on the field and negate its effects until the end of the turn. That is either you or your opponent summoned. Really useful effect. If this card in your hand or field is used as fusion material and sent to the graveyard or banished, you can special summon this card. You can only use each effect once per turn. So the fact that Despia can special summon itself from banishment means that it's the primary target for Branded in Red, which I do not see here. Where is Branded in Red? Is that a... Did they really make Branded in Red a rare? They made Branded in Red a rare. That's insane. Okay, cool. So yeah. Adamancipator Risen Dragite. This is a level 8 rock Dragon Rock Synchro monster. It is water, 3,000 attack, 2,200 defense. Requires one tuner plus one or more non-tuners. During your main phase, you can activate the top 5 cards of your deck. If you do, you can return cards your opponent controls to the hand up to the number of excavated rock monsters. So this is what this is. It's a cool idea, to be honest. Adamantispators have like a really cool theme where you are literally like digging for fossils. You reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, and then for every rock, then you get to activate an effect. And it's not just Adamantispators; it's rocks. So you can play whatever rocks you want, which is pretty nice. You will probably play Kawaki Meru in this deck, actually. So you can return, like if you reveal 3 rock monsters, you can return 3 cards your opponent controls to the hand, and you don't target, which is really good. Also place the excavated cards on the bottom of the deck in any order. When your opponent activates a spell, trap, or effect while a water monster is in your graveyard as a quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy the card. You can only use each effect of Adamantispators Risen Dragonite once per turn. Okay, so the the Adamantispators tuner monsters are all Earth, and then their Sacred monsters are Fire, Wind, and Water, and they can only use their effects if you have a Fire, Wind, or Water monster in the graveyard. The idea initially is that the Adamantispators they reprinted Kawaki Meru Guardian and Kawaki Supplier. Kawaki Meru Guardian is a rare in this game. That's pretty cool. The idea is that the like really bad Adamantispators, yeah, these are like rocks that you can special summon with the other cards, and they're all level 4 monsters with different attributes. These cards are bad though. They don't really do anything. I'll get to them in a second, but they're not really like useful, and you're probably not going to play them. But they did print Cardarins, so that's good. This is how you trigger Dragite. Cardarin, the hidden gem of the seafront, is a rock monster. You can discard this card. You can normal summon 1 earth or water monster this turn in addition to your normal summoner set. And if you control an earth or water monster while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. So you're not going to do that because you want this to be in your graveyard. But this is a way that you can, like, you get an extra normal summon off of it, and then you have a water monster in your graveyard so that you can go into your Dragite and have a negate. Is that Mirror Sword Knight as a rare? I'm gonna be sick. Okay, I'm excited. This deck is really cheap. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Where were we? Adamantispators Seeker. Adamantispators Seeker is a level 2 rock tuner monster. If you control an Adamantispators monster except Seeker, you can special summon this card from your hand during your main phase. You can activate the top 5 cards of your deck. If you do, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower non-tuner rock monster. Also place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. Great. Good card. Hamp. This card is hilarious. Sky Striker, Surgical Striker HAMP. This card is always treated as a Sky Striker card. Now, it's important to note, Ray and Rose are the only main deck Sky Striker Ace monsters. So you have plenty of Sky Striker monsters, but they're all machines rather than warriors because they're not actual humans. And in order for you to link summon, you need to be using Sky Striker Ace monsters. So none of the non-Rose, non-Ray monsters in the main deck can be used to link summon with Sky Striker cards. If you control a Sky Striker Ace monster, you can special summon this card from your hand to either field by attributing 1 monster from that field. Interesting idea. So you can take one of your opponent's monsters with Widowmaker or Widow Anchor or Shark Cannon, and then tribute it to summon Hamp to your side of the field, or you can give Hamp to your opponent by attributing one of their monsters. So it's a searchable in archetypal kaiju, which is hilarious. You can only special summon Surgical Striker Hamp once per turn this way. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can target 1 card your opponent controls and destroy it. This is really interesting. So it triggers if you. So it says when it's destroyed by battle, you give this card to your opponent, and then you beat over it yourself. And then not only do you get to, like, you've taken one of their monsters by giving them a kaiju, but now when you destroy it, you get to pop one of their other monsters. So Hamp is really good removal. Really good card, and in particular, it's very useful when you're playing linkage, because that's the main way that you get more than 2,500 attack points. Great, good card. Amazement, Abomination, Arlecchino. Yeah, this card came out a while ago, and Amazement and Family Faces as well. Yeah, these cards came out, I think, in December of last year, right? Let's see. No, January of 2025. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's not too late. That's not too long. 6 months. Okay. Abomination is if you control an amazement monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, then you can add one amazement family faces from your deck or graveyard to your hand. During your opponent's turn, you can target one other effect monster on the field with more than 0 attack points. Shuffle this card into the deck, and if you do, special summon one amazement administrator Arlecchino from your deck, then change the attack of the targeted monster to 0. You can only use each effect once per turn. So this card searches you faces, and faces says if your opponent already has an attraction trap card attached to it, you can target that monster, equip this card to it, take control of the equipped monster. It gains 500 attack points, but you cannot activate its effects, and it's also treated as an amazement monster. So it's basically like a crackdown that you could search, which is really good. So yeah. I mean, if you're playing amazement and you didn't go into the selection box when these cards came out, here you go. Blaze Cannon, finally another Egyptian God card. That's actually surprising that we were getting so few of them. This card is always treated as a Blaze Accelerator card. It's a quick play spell card. 1, the Winged Dragon of Ra you control gains the following effects until the end of the turn. This card's activation and effect cannot be negated. This card is unaffected by your opponent's card effects. When an attack is declared following this card, you contribute any number of other monsters that did not declare an attack this turn. This card gains attack equal to the attributed monster's combined attack points until the end of the turn. After damage calculation, if this card attacked, you can send all monsters your opponent controls to the graveyard. What a hilarious card. Okay, your opponent can't respond. After they can't, and since they can't respond, you could say, alright, my Ra is unaffected. It's going to attack. It gets the attack points of all my other monsters. Then once it hits you, all of your cards go to the graveyard. And none of them get targeted, none of them get destroyed. Boom, your board, gone. Fantastic card, absolutely fits the Winged Dragon of Ra. The artwork looks insane. Look at this artwork. He's literally like, not only is he breathing fire, he's breathing so much fire that the fire is going, like, not in front of him, it's going outward and behind him and on top of his head. That is how much fire Ra is breathing right now. It looks amazing. Okay. Rare, Baphomet the Mythical King of Phantom Beasts, Gazelle the King of Mythical Claws, Big Wing Baphomet, Talons of Shuri Lane, Cornfield Coatl, Mirror Sword Knight, Master Talented Chanter. So all of the Chimera support cards are rares in this box. So that means that this is like, this deck will be a one run of the box deck. Chimera Fusion is also a rare. So, like, in theory, you might want 2 copies of Chimera, the King of Phantom Beasts, but you can get those by going through a deck with, a main box with an SR. And you get both Nightmare Apprentice and Nightmare Magician. Nightmare Apprentice is a really good card. A dedicated Chimera player is going to want 3 of these, but you can very easily make this deck with just 1. So this deck is really cheap. It's really funny that Adamancipator and Despia came in and stole all the expensive slots for Chimera. Chimera, which is actually like... Chimera is actually like a really playable deck. Egyptian Gods, terrible. Egyptian Gods are not a good deck. Despia... I mean, Aluber is good. Aluber is a good card. Despia itself is kind of mediocre. It does a few things, and to be honest, like, Branded Opening is like the real other big card. Like Aluber, Branded Opening, those are the 2 cards that like a Branded player is going to be excited about. And then like some people will like Branded Red, not everybody. And then Amazement is terrible. So Amazement being like, well, we have to get printed at some point. Okay, you can have 2 SR slots in this box. That is a saving grace. What is this Galaxy Eyes card doing here? I don't understand. Was this printed before? Is this like another selection box card? Galaxy Eyes Cipher. No, it's brand new. Okay. I don't know why they put Galaxy Eyes. This is really bothering me. Are there any other Cipher cards in this box? There's not a single other Cipher card in this box. What are they doing? What are they doing? That's so weird. I mean, I'll take it, because that SR spot definitely was going to go to Mirror Sword Knight before they did this, so I'll take it. All right. Okay. I've already explained the Chimera deck in another video, and it's like 4 o'clock. I don't really want to go over these cards. This card is Chimera, and it's you mill a card off of it, which is going to be the main way that you can Xyz summon into Triple D Wave High King Caesar. I have a combo video. This card is your main fusion summon card. You summon this off of Mirror Sword Knight. You draw Chimera Fusion with the skill. You draw Big Wing Baphomet with this, and then you fusion summon. This card's insane, but it fusion locks you. It allows you to revive a illusion monster from your graveyard, so you're going to use the skill to mill Nightmare Magician so that you can revive it. This card is bad. This card is your starter. It allows you to search any of your Chimera cards. You will typically use this to search Mirror Sword Knights, and if you've already played Mirror Sword Knight, you will use this to search Gazelle. This is your normal summon. It allows you to special summon Gazelle from your deck, and then while it's in your graveyard, it acts as a monster negate. This card acts as a targeting negate while it's in the graveyard, by the way. We do not play this card in Chimera, but it is a decent card for Illusion if you want to play an Illusion deck. Level 3, Master Child of the Chancer. If this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Illusion monster in your graveyard, except Master Child of the Chancer, special summon it in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon from the graveyard for the rest of the turn, except Illusion monsters. You can only use this effect once per turn. So, this card is like for like a more dedicated Illusion deck, which I don't think exists yet. White Relic of Dogmatica, level 4 light ritual monster. You can ritual summon this card with Dogmatica Macabre. If this card is ritual summon, you can target 2 face-up monsters on the field, make one of those monsters gain attack equal to the other monster's attack. Level 8 or higher Dogmatic monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. And if a monster is special summoned from your opponent's extra deck, you can look at your opponent's extra deck and send one monster from it to the graveyard. That's really good. Being able to just mill your opponent's extra deck, very good. I don't know if White Relic of Dogmatica is going to see play in a dedicated Ritual Dogmatica deck. We don't have Albazoa yet, so maybe? But we'll have to see. Add Libinum of Despia. This is probably like a one of. It allows you to special summon a fusion monster if you use it as material, which is pretty decent. Adamant Superior Risen Leonites. This is a level 6 Fire Rock Synchro monster. During your main phase, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck. If you do, you can add an excavated Emancipator card from your deck to your hand. During your opponent's turn, if a fire monster is in your graveyard, you can target a rock monster in your graveyard and special summon it. So this card is like an extender for Emancipator. You probably won't keep this card. You'll use it to like climb into your Dragite, which is fine, I guess. Emancipator Risen Raptite. During your main phase, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck. If you do, you can special summon one excavated rock monster in defense position. Okay, so this card is like literally just your like this card just adds it to your hand. This card special summons in it. It doesn't have to be an Emancipator. So this card's even better. And then during your opponent's turn, if a wind monster is in your graveyard, you can target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. Yeah, so I don't think you're going to play Leonine at all. I think that you just like used Raptite to go into Dragite. Emancipator Analyzer. This card is a level 4 tuner, which makes it a little bit more awkward. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. That's obviously very good. During your main phase, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck. If you do, you special summon one excavated level 4 or lower non-tuner rock monster. Also place the rest of the cards on the bottom of your deck in any order. Great. Kawaki Meru Guardian. Here we go. This is a really good card. Level 4 rock monster. During each of your end phases, destroy this card unless you send an Iron Core of Kawaki Meru from your hand to the graveyard or reveal a rock monster in your hand. During either player's turn, when a monster effect is activated, you contribute this card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that monster. So the main reason that Kawaki Meru Guardian is not like a typically played card is because it can't special summon itself. It doesn't do anything. It's like a one-time tribute negate, very similar to Doom Caliber Knight, which was played at one point in Duel Links. But Emancipator can special summon it, and Emancipator has a use for level 4 rock monsters as synchro material. So this card is both like a synchro card as well as potentially being a negate during your opponent's turn. It's an Omni negate, or no, just a monster negate, but still, it destroys the monster as well. So this is a very easy extra end board piece for you. And then Kawaki Meru Supplier, which is a level 4 Earth Rock monster. If a face-up rock monster you control to the graveyard is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. So that includes if it was sent to the graveyard as synchro material. Really, really useful card. If this card is special summoned, you can add from your deck to your hand one Iron Core of Kawaki Meru or one card that mentions Iron Core of Kawaki Meru except Kawaki Meru Supplier. So you special summon this card for free, and then you draw your Kawaki Meru Guardian, and then you just have Kawaki Meru Guardian as an extra card, and you can normal summon it with your Carterin. So yeah, this deck is just coming together. This is like as close to the Emancipator main deck as you're gonna get. It's just that the extra deck is gonna be really bad. Chimera Fusion. This card allows you to fusion summon multiple times in a turn. Any fusion monster, but you have to use a beast or a fiend monster as material. During your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard and you control Chimera, the flying mythical beast, you can activate one of these effects, add this card to your hand, or banish it. And if you do, special summon both Gazelle and Baphomet from your deck or graveyard. They reprint those? No, I think those were both like drops from Yugi, but so that would make sense if they didn't reprint them. But if they are like actual box cards, then this is no fun at all. You're not going to do it, but I mean it would be funny. Good card, 3F. Branded Opening. Discard one card, take one Despion monster from your deck, and either add it to your hand or special summon it in defense position. Also, for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except fusion monsters. If a fusion monster you control will be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. You can only use each effect of Branded Opening once per turn. Yes, you can play this in Evil Heroes. Yes, you can play this in Heroes in general. It's not smart, but you can do it, and like protecting your fusion monsters in Heroes is decent enough. But you will typically play this primarily in Despia and in Branded. Oh, they printed Branded in High Spirits. Interesting. Reveal one monster in your hand, send the one level 8 fusion monster from your extra deck to the graveyard with the same type as the monster that you revealed that has 2500 attack or defense. Then you can apply this effect. Discard the revealed monster. If you do, add one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that mentions it from your deck to your hand. And then during your end phase, if a fusion monster was sent to your graveyard this turn, you can add this card from your graveyard to your hand. You can only use one Branded High Spirits effect per turn, only once that turn. So this is, if you guys have ever seen a meme, there's like a meme of like Branded, and it's like main phase, and it's the tiniest book you've ever seen, and then end phase is like an encyclopedia. So this is part of the reason why Branded's end phase is so big, is because Branded High Spirits always takes up like 8 frames of a Master Duel Branded player's time. This is a good card. It allows you to search a lot of useful tools, but we don't really have that many like Fallen of Albaz support cards yet. This will primarily be used to get, like, I mean, for right now you can use it to get Fallen of Albaz itself, which will be a useful search card in Despia, because you know, you do want Fallen of Albaz in your Despia hand, but later on you'll use it to get like either Cartesia or Springen's Kit or Tri-Brigade Mercurier, so there are going to be plenty of targets for Branded and High Spirits. It being a rare is actually really nice for Branded players, although they have to go into this box. Well, I mean, I guess Branded players are going to go into this box anyway because they want a Lubra. Branded Red, target one Despia monster or one Fallen of Albaz in your graveyard, add it to your hand, then you can apply the following effect. Fusion summon one level 8 or higher fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing fusion materials listed on it from your hand or field, but it cannot attack directly this turn. I am not really sure what you're going to make with this. I mean, you can make Quarius, but that's not amazing. You can make Perskenion. That is also not amazing. I think that most Branded players will probably stick to their original plan of making Borreload Furious Dragon, which is depressing. But that's what Branded is looking like right now. Adamancipator Signs. Target one rock monster in your graveyard. Special summon it in defense position. Then if you special summon an Adamancipator monster by this effect, you can take one level 4 or lower rock monster from your deck and place it on top of your deck. Okay. This doesn't lock you, so... I mean, I could see it seeing play potentially, but I don't think it's necessary, especially since you have 20 cards. I feel like you just will always hit a rock monster. UFO Light. This card is a terrible illusion card. Don't even read it. Goyle, the Steel Seismic Smasher, same thing. Despian Perskenion. This is a fusion of a Despian monster plus a light monster and a dark monster. It's level 11, 3,200 attack points. During the main phase, as a quick effect, you can target one fusion, synchro, Xyz, or link monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it, or special summon it to your field. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to half that monster's original attack or defense, whichever is higher. You can only use each effect once per turn. So this card steals your opponent's extra deck monsters, which is pretty useful, but only if they've been sent to the graveyard. Still, could be useful. It could be a good effect, and especially I think it'll punish a lot of skills that try and like cheat those cards in the graveyard and then revive them. So yeah, I feel like Despian Perskenion will be... It will have its place. It will probably not be summoned in every Despian game, but it's definitely a card you will play in your Despia deck. And the fact that it's a neutral rarity card is pretty nice. Despian Comedy. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a Despia card you control, you can discard this card, negate that effect. If this card in your graveyard, you can attribute one fairy monster to special summon this card. You can only use one effect per turn, only once that turn. I do not think you will play this card because I think you will mix Despians with Dark Lords. You won't play pure Despia. Despian Tragedy. If this card is sent to the graveyard or banished by a card effect, you can add one Despian monster from your deck to your hand. Except Tragedy, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one branded spell or trap in your graveyard and set it to your field. You can only use one Tragedy effect per turn, only once that turn. Despian Tragedy is mostly a branded card. It gets played because of branded fusion. Despia themselves do not have many ways to banish or mill this, so it will not probably see any play in Despia. Adamancipator Crystal Leonite. If this card is special summoned by the effect of an Adamancipator card, you can place one Adamancipator card from your hand on top of your deck. If that sounds terrible, it is. So you go minus just so that your next Adamancipator monster can, like, special summon the card, but, I mean, you're looking for non-Adamancipator monsters. You don't want to draw Adamancipator monsters with your tuners, because you already have the tuner on the field. Like, obviously, you're using the effect to search. So it's not like this is terrible. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one fire synchro monster you control, or that is in your graveyard. Return to the extra deck. If you do, place this card on the top of your deck. So that's the idea. Like, if these are like the fossil versions of the synchro monsters, and if the like you can like hatch them back out from the graveyard, which is a cool idea in theory, but they're all terrible. So. And the synchro monsters are not, like, if the synchro monsters were good, that'd be one thing, but they're not. Synchro monsters are not good. So you don't really play any of these cards. Adamancipator Crystal Raptite. If this card is special summoned by an Adamancipator, by the effect of an Adamancipator card, you can place one rock monster from your hand or graveyard on top of the deck. That's a little bit better. It does let you recycle a rock monster you've already used, and it doesn't have to be an Adamancipator monster, which means that you have a much wider variety of cards you could summon, but still not too good. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Wind Secret monster you control, or that is in your graveyard, return to the extra deck. If you do, place this card on top of the deck. Okay. And lastly, Adamancipator Crystal Dragite. If this card is special summoned by the effect of an Adamancipator card, you can draw one card. Now we're talking. That is an actual good effect. Okay. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Water Synchro monster you control, or that is in your graveyard, return to the extra deck. If you do, place this card on top of your deck. Okay. So this card may actually see some play. The effect is decent, and you will actually summon Dragites, which means that you will actually most likely have a benefit to recycling Dragite from your extra deck. And then of course, if you put this card on top of your deck with its own effect to allow you to special summon it with the effect of one of your Adamancipator monsters, it doesn't actually like cost you anything, because then it immediately draws the card that you would have otherwise excavated. So yeah, this card's much better than the other ones. Still probably only a 1-of though. Burner, Dragon Ruler of Sparks. This is a level 3 fire dragon monster. You can discard this card and one dragon monster or one fire monster. Special summon Blaster, Dragon Ruler of Infernos from your deck. It cannot attack this turn. Cool. There's like a skill that's been leaked for dragon rulers, fire dragon ruler specifically. I don't feel like these two cards by themselves are enough to make like a deck work. And it's kind of depressing to see Dragon Rulers being split among 4 boxes. I can understand why they're going to do it, because Dragon Rulers are a super popular deck. But I feel like that means that no one is going to play them, unfortunately. Supreme Sea Mare. If this card is no more special... Wait. Supreme Sea Mare? This is a Tier Limits card. What is this doing here? Supreme Sea Mare, level 4 Water Aqua Monster. If this card is no more special summon, you can send one Aqua Monster from your deck to the graveyard, except Supreme Sea Mare. During your end phase, you contribute this card, target one Aqua Monster to your graveyard, except Supreme Sea Mare, and add to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. What is this doing here? There's no Aqua Monsters in this box. This is a rock box. Rock and Fairy, and... Oh. It's for milling... Oh, they're expecting you to mill Guardian Slime, but Guardian Slime's not in here. Yeah, where is Guardian Slime? I bet Guardian Slime is like one of Merrick's level up cards. Okay. Okay. That's very funny that they are printing this card to be used with a level up card that's being released at the same time. There's literally no Aqua Monsters in here at all. Okay. Alright, yes. Supreme Sea Mare will probably see play in Egyptian Gods, because if you mill Guardian Slime, it lets you draw any card that mentions the Winged Dragon of Ra. Rock Band Xeno Guitar. This sees play in Adamancipator all the time. Level 4 Earth Rock Monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a rock monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, then place one card from your hand on the top of your deck, which is not great, but I mean, since you're playing Adamancipator, it makes sense. It's not like a terrible effect. If this card is banished from the field or the graveyard, you can send one rock monster from your deck to the graveyard. The way that you banish this card is for the cost of summoning, what is his name? Black Dragon. And then you get to mill any rock monster that you want to, which is pretty useful. Good card. Jungler Ghoul Illusionist. This is a level 4 illusion monster with 2,000 attack points and 0 defense points. It does not have the ability of all other illusion monsters where it says if this card battles, neither monster can be destroyed by that battle. So, yeah, it's good. It's a good stat card, but I mean, you're not going to play this. Despia Theater of the Branded. Field spell. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one level 8 or higher fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material with no other restrictions. It just has to be level 8 or higher. So yes, you can play this in Heroes. You can play this in any fusion deck, but primarily you will play it in Dark Lords and in Despia. If a face-up non-fusion fairy monster you control leaves the field by battle or by an opponent's card effect or destroyed by battle, you can target one level 8 or higher fusion monster in your graveyard and special summon it. You can only use each effect once per turn. So this lets you cycle your fusion monsters by letting your non-fusion fairy monsters get destroyed, which is good. Dogmatica Macabre. This is the fusion spell we mentioned earlier. This card can be used to ritual summon any Dogmatica ritual monster from your hand or your graveyard. Really good. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field and or banish fusion or synchro monsters from your graveyard whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you summon. Then if both White Knight of Dogmatica and White Relic of Dogmatica are on the field, you can look at either your extra deck or your opponent's and send one monster from it to the graveyard. You can only activate one Dogmatica Macabre once per turn. Okay, so you can you can activate Dogmatica punishments, send your Entis, pop 2 cards, Dogmatica Macabre, banish Entis from your graveyard, ritual summon, then mill a card from your opponent's extra deck. Good card. Adamantium Laputite. This is the field spell for Adamantium. All rocks you control gain 500 attack and defense points. Once per turn during your main phase, you can take up to 5 Adamantium cards from your deck and then place them on top of your deck in any order. That's a decent idea, but I don't really feel like it's like needed again because you're playing 20 cards. Like, I feel like you will just hit rock monsters every time without trying. Streams of the Branded. This is a trap card. If a fusion monster was sent to your graveyard this turn, special summon one of your fusion monsters that is banished or in your graveyard. During the end phase, if this card was added in the graveyard because it was sent there to activate the effect of Fallen of Albaz this turn, you can set this card. You can only use this effect of Streams of the Brand once per turn. So if this card was discarded by a Fallen of Albaz to fusion summon, you get to set it, which is decent. Special summoning a fusion monster is fine. Judgment of the Branded. Target one level 8 or higher fusion monster you control. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls with an equal or higher attack than that monster. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there to activate Fallen of Albaz this turn, you can set this card. You can only use this effect of Judgment of the Branded once per turn. You will probably play this in Despia. Like, you know, you have Quaritus. Quaritus' attack points are actually pretty low. So yeah, you can pop every monster your opponent controls with 2,500 or more attack points. Pretty good. Adamantium Relief. Trap card. Tribute any number of Adamantium monsters, then target cards on the field equal to that number plus 1 and destroy them. This is okay, I guess. I mean, if there was an Adamantium skill that could search this, maybe, but you're not going to end the turn with a bunch of Adamantium cards, especially since it requires you to destroy them. That's not good. Adamantium Resonance. This card is good. When a monster effect is activated while you control an Adamantium Synchro monster, negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. So Dragite can only negate spells and traps. This card lets you get a monster negate, and it is not once per turn. So if you draw 3 of these, you can just set all 3 of them. And then you can Dragite and then Resonance 3 times. Good card. Oh, they printed Mirage Mirror Force. That's pretty cool. Mirage Mirror Force. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, special summon one illusion monster from your hand or graveyard. If you do, return the attacking monster to the hand. If a face-up illusion monster you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card and special summon one illusion monster from your hand or graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. That's a good card. So it allows you to bounce one of your opponent's monsters, and it also lets you special summon an illusion from your hand. Will we play this in Chimera? Probably not. It's a battle trap. It is really funny. Maybe we'll play this in Chimera. It's actually pretty funny, and I do love my Mirror Forces. But a good card if for like a dedicated illusion deck. Reprints of Gravekeeper's Supernaturalist, Gravekeeper's Descendant, Gravekeeper's Headman, and Kwaki Mara Wall. Doki Doki, that's a good card for Adamantium. Oh, the True Sun God's getting reprinted. That's good. Imperial Tombs, Necro Valley, Gravekeeper's Watcher, Gravekeeper Shaman, Gravekeeper Heretic, Gravekeeper Spiritualist, Kwaki Mara Boulder, which is also a rock monster for Iron Kwakis. Chronomaly, Colossal Head, Moisture creature for some reason. Because of Egyptian God's Line, that's funny. Legendary Jujutsu Master, Golem Sentry, Handy Gallop, Fusion Tag, Infinite Cards. Of course, Merrick coming out means we reprint Infinite Cards. I approve. Canyon, because of all the rocks. Necro Valley Temple, Core Blast, which is an Iron Core monster. Paradox Fusion, a Major Upset, Overwhelm, Poseidon Wave, and Magnet Force. Great. Yeah. When is this coming out? July 25th, so that's tomorrow. Okay, cool. There you guys go. Right. New UR set, Masquerade the Branded Dragon. Which I guess is just like a... Yeah, okay. It's just a card. It's not... It doesn't look like it's limit 1. Oh, new skills. Okay, cool. We can see the skills. Okay. Let's talk about the skills then. Sun God's Flare. You can only use the skill's second effect once per turn and the third effect once per duel. You cannot normal or special summon monsters except, excluding special summons from your next deck, any monsters except Divine Beasts and Aquas. Reveal one the Winged Dragon of Ra in your hand, then play one Guardian Slime from your hand, deck, or graveyard, but negate its effects. Guardian Slime, for those of you that don't know, is a level 10 Water Aqua monster with 0 attack and 0 defense. If you take battle or effect damage, you can special summon this card from your hand. During damage calculation, if this card battles an opponent's monster, you can make this card gain defense points equal to that monster's attack points during damage calculation only. If this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can add one spell or trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists the card, the Winged Dragon of Ra, in its card text. So you place your Supreme Sea Mare, mill Guardian Slime, draw like Millennium, whatever it's called, the continuous spell card that searches, or no, you would draw the True Sun God to draw the Millennium, and then draw Monster Reborn, and then play the game. If you control a Divine Beast monster, or only your opponent controls a monster, set your life points to 4,100, so that you can use the Winged Dragon of Ra's effect to actually kill your opponent. Add one Monster Reborn from outside your deck to your hand. If you control no cards, you can also add one the Winged Dragon of Ra, or one card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. Okay, that's fine. It's fine skill, I guess. Omnipotent Divine Force. You can only use this skill's second effect once per duel. You can normal summon one the Winged Dragon of Ra during your main phase in addition to your regular normal summoner set. Awesome! We just have Ancient Chant all the time. That's really good. Why did they make Ancient Chant a UR if they were just going to give us a skill that gives us that effect? From turn 2 onward, shuffle up to 3 cards from your hand into the deck, then play the same number of Ra's Disciples from outside your deck. Then you can add one Winged Dragon of Ra from your deck to your hand. Monsters played by this effect cannot change controllers. Oh, now that is funny. So if you've never read Ra's Disciple, when this card is summoned, you can special summon up to 2 Ra's Disciples from your hand. It cannot be tributed except for the tribute summon of Scythe of the Sky Dragon, Obelisk the Tormentor, or the Winged Dragon of Ra. You cannot special summon monsters except by the effect of Ra's Disciple. So this card prevents you from special summoning. So Branded and other degenerate decks have actually like given these cards to other people. So it's really funny that they like recognize that this could be a threat. Like they don't want you to Shien spy your Ra's Disciple to your opponent so that you can't special summon anymore. That's really, really funny. When monsters played by this effect leave the field, they are placed on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So you get the Ra's Disciples back in your deck. That's an interesting idea. Okay. Destiny Draw God's Chosen One. Oh, cool. We have not gotten like enough Destiny Draw card just skills. You can only use the skills first and second effects once per duel. Before your normal draw, set one Metal Reflect Slime from outside your deck. This card can be activated the same turn. One of the cards from your normal draw this turn will be one Ancient Chant from your deck. Reveal one Divine Beast monster in your hand, then either place that monster on the bottom of your deck or send it to the graveyard, then draw one card. Okay, so this is cool. Before your normal draw, set Metal Reflect Slime. Metal Reflect Slime is a trap card that is like a 0, it special summons a 0 attack, 3,000 defense trap card. Okay, so you play your Metal Reflect Slime, and then you contribute that for Egyptian God Slime. Then you Ancient Chant, draw Ra, banish Ancient Chant from your graveyard, tribute summon Ra, take the 3,000 attack points, then you give up all your life points and you attack directly. So okay, that's just literally like that is literally I can play whatever I want, and then like I can just play Ra whenever I want to. So Destiny Draw God's Chosen One, there's no restrictions on the skill. You could play this in Unchained. You can play this in Sky Strikers. You can play this in Chimera. Like whatever you want to play. You just have if you can get away with not playing a skill, then your skill can be. By the way, if it just so happens to be that you can win the game with Raw this turn, draw all you need to win Raw. That's a cool effect. I like that a lot. Fusion Hydra. Oh my god. So we're going from Fusion Dark Rays to Fusion Hydra Rays. You can use this skill second and first effects if your extra deck contains a water fusion monster. How many duelists are going to get this? Are there any water fusion monsters? At the beginning of the duel, gain 1500 life points. Once per turn during your main phase, bank one face-up monster you control, gain 300 attack until the end of this turn. It gains an additional 500 attack until the end of this turn if there's a water fusion monster or a water monster and a fusion monster on your field and in the graveyard. This isn't even a fusion monster. It tributes special summons itself from the extra deck by attributing. It's not a fusion. This is stupid. Gravekeeper's Destiny. We needed a Gravekeeper skill for ages, so this is fine. You can only use the skill's second effect once per duel. You cannot normal or special summon any monsters, excluding special summons from the extra deck, except for Gravekeeper monsters. Send one Gravekeeper's monsters from your hand to the graveyard, then add one Gravekeeper's monsters from your deck to your hand. During this turn, you contribute summon one Gravekeeper's monsters in face-up attack position during your main phase in addition to your regular normal summoner set. Okay, cool. So you get an extra normal summon, but only for tribute summon, which is kind of cool. At the start of the battle phase, if you control Gravekeeper's Visionary, all monsters you control gain 1000 attack and defense until the end of the turn. All monsters your opponent controls lose 1000 attack and defense until the end of the turn. What? You tribute summon this card by attributing one Gravekeeper's monster. This card gains 200 attack for each Gravekeeper monster in your graveyard. If this card will be destroyed, you can discard one Gravekeeper monster instead. That's really funny that it's just like, oh, you can make this be Blue Eyes. Why not? That's Starlight Dive. They made another Stardust Dragon skill? You can only use the skill's first and second effects once per duel and once per turn, twice per duel if your deck contains 7 or more tuners. If you control Stardust Dragon, set one Shooting Star from outside your deck. This card can be activated this turn. What the heck is this? If a Stardust monster is on the field, target one card on the field and destroy that target. I own this card. What? Okay. If only your opponent controls a monster, play one Stardust Dragon from your extra deck in face down defense position. Its battle position can be changed. Then you can send two random level 2 monsters from your deck to the graveyard. This seems terrible. I don't. Just play Assault mode if you want to play Starlight. Here we go. Chimera Illusions. This is the one that we actually care about. You can only use the skill second and third effects once per duel. You cannot normal or special summon except for special summon from the extra deck any monsters except Beast, Fiend, Illusion, and Spellcaster monsters. Reveal one monster that mentions Chimera Fusion in your hand. Shuffle one card from your hand into the deck, then add Chimera Fusion from your deck to your hand. Then you can send one level 7 Dark Illusion or Spellcaster monster with 2500 attack from your hand or deck to the graveyard. If only your opponent controls a monster, play one Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast from outside your deck face down. Its battle position can be changed. Okay, so if you're going second, then you get a free copy of Chimera the Flying Mythical Beast, which means that you can literally just make your Chimera the Illusion Beast with Chimera Fusion and like 2 illusions in your hand. You don't even need to play the game. You're just like, okay, battle phase, let's go. Can you survive 3100 attack points 3 times? That's really funny. But the first effect means that you can make sure that you have Chimera Fusion in your hand so that you can use Gazelle's effect to add Baphomet to your hand. Then you can play your whole turn out without fusion locking yourself, because Big Wing Baphomet draws you 2 cards instead of 1, but it fusion locks you. That's why the skill is needed. Theater of the Branded's Opening. This is a terrible skill name. What the heck? You can only use the skill's second and third effects once per duel. You cannot special summon any monsters with a level except Fallen of Albaz, Despia monsters, and Dark and Light monsters that are level 8 or higher. Okay, so that's all the Dark Lords. Pretty good. Well, actually, there are level 6 Dark Lords, so it's unfortunate that you can't use those, but, I mean, the ones that you care about. Reveal one Despia monster or Branded Opening in your hand, then add one Despia monster or Branded Opening from your deck to your hand. Then you can add one Despia Theater of the Branded from your deck to your hand. So Despia Theater of the Branded is literally a free card in your deck, which is insanely good. If only your opponent controls a monster, send one Despia monster from your deck to the graveyard, and then you can add one Branded Red from your deck to your hand. Okay. I mean, the skill seems fine. It'll allow you to set up all sorts of different fusion options. I'm not really sure what your end board for Branded is going, or for Despia is going to be. I guess it's just Masquerade. I guess that's what they're expecting you to do, is just play Masquerade, which is fine. Dragon Ruler of Infernos. You can only use the skill second and third effects once, first and second effects once per turn. At the beginning of your main phase, send up to 2 Fire Dragon Ruler monsters from your hand to the graveyard, then draw the same number of cards. From turn 2 onward, reveal 1 Fire Dragon Ruler monster in your hand, then add 1 Fire Dragon Ruler monster with a different name than that monster from your deck to your hand. Okay. So, if you discard 2 Fire Dragon Ruler cards to draw the same number of cards, that means that you can then just special summon Blaster Dragon Ruler of Infernos from your graveyard by banishing Burner and then one other card from your hand. Which is pretty decent. Like, that basically means that you don't have to... It lets you skip a turn, basically. Like, it means that you don't have to use Blaster's effect to discard a card to pop a card before you special summon it from your graveyard. So, I mean, you're drawing 2 cards. I feel like that's fine. Like they are trying to set it up so that you can actually play Blaster, but it's just such a weak... Like, there's nothing there. Blaster is not good enough on its own, and you didn't get like a rank 7 that you want to make with it. So this is kind of like a joke, to be honest. Sky Striker Ace Defying Fate. You can only use the skill's first and second effects once per duel if your deck contains 1 or more Sky Striker Ace Rose and 9 or more Sky Striker spell cards. At the beginning of your first turn, add 4 Sky Striker Ace Link monsters with different names from your extra deck, except monsters in your extra deck that already contain 3 copies of, and place 1 Sky Striker Ace Space Area 0 from outside your deck face up in your field zone. Send over to 2 Sky Striker cards from your hand and or field, either face up or face down to the graveyard, then draw 1 card. Wait. So it literally just says, oh, you need 3 spells in your graveyard? Here, bro. We got you. Just toss them. You don't need to play them. Just toss them. That's really funny, actually. Yeah. This skill seems fine. This skill will probably be... This skill is like, it's not going to do too much for you. Like, it doesn't do a lot. Like, the main thing that it does is it just gives you a free copy of the field spell, which will allow you to excavate for a card. But I feel like more likely this skill is just like, it teaches people who've never played Sky Strikers how to play Sky Strikers. It's like a hand-holding thing. So yeah, I think that's fine. Alright. Cool, that's it. Wow, that took an hour. Okay, I regret this already. But please, if you like the video, then please subscribe to the channel. If you appreciate that I stayed up until 5 a.m. to do this for you, then feel free to become a member, and I appreciate you all. My name is Rafi, and I was thrilled to have all of you with me.